Letters to Dead Authors, Herodotus, Part 2. Now behold, he went on, how the curse of the gods falls upon Herodotus, for he pretends that he saw Cadmean inscriptions at Thebes. Now I do not believe there were any Cadmean inscriptions there. Therefore Herodotus is most manifestingly lying. Moreover, this Herodotus never speaks of Sophocles the Athenian, and why not? Because he, being a child at school, did not learn Sophocles by heart. For the tragedies of Sophocles could not have been learned at school before they were written, nor can any man quote a poet whom he never learned at school. Moreover, as all those about Herodotus knew Sophocles well, he could not appear to them to be learned by showing that he knew what they knew also. Then I thought the priest was making game and sport, saying first that Herodotus could know no poet whom he had not learned at school, and then saying that all the men of his time well knew this poet about whom everyone was talking. But the priest seemed not to know that Herodotus and Sophocles were friends, which is proved by this, that Sophocles wrote an ode in praise of Herodotus. Then he went on, and though I were to write with 100 hands, like Briareus, of whom Homer makes mention, I could not tell you all the things that the priest said against Herodotus, speaking truly, or not truly, or sometimes correctly and sometimes not, as often befalls mortal men. For Herodotus, he said, was chiefly concerned to steal the lore of those who came before him, such as Hecataeus, and then to escape notice as having stolen it. Also he said that, being himself cunning and deceitful, Herodotus was easily beguiled by the cunning of others, and believed in things manifestingly false, such as the story of the phoenix bird. Then I spoke, and said that Herodotus himself declared that he could not believe that story, but the priest regarded me not, and he said that Herodotus had never caught a crocodile with cold pig, nor did he ever visit Assyria, nor Babylon, nor Elephantine, but saying that he had been in these lands, said that which was not true. He also declared that Herodotus, when he traveled, knew none of the fat ones of the Egyptians, but only those of the baser sort. And he called Herodotus a thief and a beguiler, and the same with intent to deceive, as one of their own poets writes. And, to be sure, Herodotus, I could not tell you in one day all the charges which are now brought against you. But concerning the truth of these things you know, not least, but most, as to yourself being guilty or innocent. Wherefore, if you have anything to show or set forth, whereby ye may be relieved from the burden of these accusations, now is the time. Be no more silent, but whether through the oracle of the dead, or the oracle of Branchidae, or that in Delphi, or Dodona, or of Amphiaraus at Oropus, speak to your friends and lovers, wherefore I am from of old, and let men know the very truth. Now concerning the priests in the city of the Ford of the Ox, it is to be said that of all men whom we know they receive strangers most gladly, feasting them all day. Moreover, they have many drinks cunningly mixed, and of these the best is that they call Archdeacon, naming it from one of the priest's offices. Truly, as Homer says, if the Odyssey be Homer's, when that draught is poured into the bowl, then it is no pleasure to refrain. Drinking of this wine of nectar, Herodotus, I pledge you, and pour forth some deal on the ground, to Herodotus of Halicarnassus, in the house of Hades. And I wish you farewell, and good be with you, whether the priest spoke truly or not truly. Even so may such good things betide you as befall dead men.